Thank you once again, Bo the Crusher Becker, for that intro that you did. Now, you may be wondering why you're not seeing anybody. That is because this week we had to join together via Discord. With 3 different people, it's hard to have schedules where we're always together. And also, the reason I'm talking as if there was an episode before this is because we tried and it failed. But we're going to try again for week 2. We're doing it through Discord. So here's your hosts, Jonathan and Malik. Say hello, fellows.
What up?
Hey.
So, we'll go right ahead and hit into the games. We had a Thursday night game happen with the Jets and Bills, if I'm not mistaken.
Jets and Bills?
And I called it. I said that the Jets were going to win that game, and by gosh, they did. That was a good game. It kept on going back and forth, but as soon as Tyrod Taylor took over in the beginning, he threw the ball to Goodwin, and Revis could not, get
74-yard touchdown on one of the best corners in the league, who just got toasted by injury in the week before. He's going to retire before too long, man.
Yes, Revis Island is officially opened. It's
for everybody.
For everyone.
Oh, man. I was really hoping Buffalo put up more of a fight than that, though. But, it is what it is.
But again, the Jets had won.
Yeah, more than just one, man. They put up a good score.
Yeah, definitely. But let's move on to the next game. The next game that we have is the Redskins and Cowboys. Cody, I know that you're a Redskins fan, but I think that the Cowboys are going to bounce back from this. What do you think?
They should have won last week, but, the receiver, Williams, it wasn't Williams? I think it was Williams.
Yeah, it was Terrence Williams who could.
That's what I thought it was. Okay. Williams did not go out of bounds when he should have. If he wouldn't have gone out of bounds, they could have made that field goal with Dan Bailey and won it. But
Cowboys, you tend to choke sometimes. but yeah,
I think the Cowboys taking the Skins this week.
And last year they met. They didn't have Josh Norman on the Redskins team. So what do you think, Josh? You think Josh Norman will put up a fight against the Cowboys, John?
If they actually put him on Dez. They did not put him on Brown much in week 1. Norman seem to be placing him only on the left side, and I can see the Cowboys taking advantage of it, or putting Dez on the right.
I don't understand that, though. I mean, I wanted to see a good matchup between Brown and Norman. I mean, they're both young and they're both hungry.
That's what I'm saying. I can't believe what happened. But yeah, if they keep Norman on one side, the Cowboys are definitely going to have this. It's going to be close to the same kind of score it was last week for them. I'm taking 28-14.
28-14?
That's only because Prescott is still rather young. I can see them running the ball a lot more with Zeke compared to what they did last week.
Yeah.
He didn't put up bad numbers last week like he was predicted to, but this week's going to be bounce back for the whole team.
I think I'm going 21-7.
Alrighty.
Okay.
What was your prediction, Jonathan?
28-14.
Okay. Alright, so next game we have is the Panthers versus the 49ers.
Yeah, that's a Panthers game.
Yeah, that's a Panthers game. I mean,
don't get me wrong, the 49ers put up a good score, 28-0 against LA last week, but I mean, that's LA, man.
LA. Yeah, that's LA. What, I think flipping. Oh man, I think
the Panthers almost had Denver. They lost by 1 point.
Yeah,
so I can definitely see them taking down San Francisco.
Yeah, I think Cam's going to come back, and I think he's going to destroy this defense.
Oh, no doubt.
49ers defense ain't that good, okay? Last week, they just wanted you to be fooled because it's week 1 and stuff. And
not just their defense, their overall team's just not the greatest, man.
Yeah.
Their offense is going to suffer a good bit against the Carolina defense, too, don't forget.
Yeah. Okay, let's just call this team trash. They're just trash.
Oh, boy. Come on, man. You can't be saying that.
Anyhow,
I'm going 30-10, if that. 35-10, maybe. Panthers, of course.
If you're going 35-10, then I'm going to go 30-10.
All right, sounds good.
Panthers, of course.
All right. Next, we have the Baltimore Ravens versus the Browns.
That's the Ravens.
That's a Ravens, too.
The Ravens, look what they did last year. They did not do very well. But they had a good 15 or more people on the IR. They're looking for a bounce-back year. They want the playoffs this year. They want the playoffs. They're in a bit of a rebuild mode, but this is still Cleveland they're facing.
Yeah.
And don't forget, RG3 just went down with a good half-a-season injury.
And not only that, but what did you think of last week, how Joe Flacco gave the ball to Mike Wallace?
Don't get me started. I'm not happy. I'm a Pittsburgh fan. I'm not happy to see Wallace succeeding right now.
Right. So, I'm going, I think I'm going 24-10.
I'll go closer than that. 17-10.
Baltimore.
17-10 Baltimore.
Okay.
All right. Next, we have the Titans versus the Lions.
Ooh.
That's a Lions game.
Are you sure, though?
I'm going with the Lions. You saw what happened with Tennessee and Minnesota.
Yeah, that is true, but I think DeMarco Murray's going to try to get things closer. I'll go with the Lions, but I think
the Lions they beat Indianapolis, all right? They won by a field goal, don't get me wrong. But the Indy team's a good bit better than the Titans team, man.
Yeah, that is true, but I'm still got concerns.
And the fantasy owners, you got to throw Marvin Jones this game.
Yes, Marvin Jones, definitely.
I'm going. What do you think the score's going to be first?
Oh, I'm going 21-14.
21-14?
Yeah.
Let's go a bit closer. 24-17.
All right. Which side?
Lions.
Okie dokie. Next up, we have the Chiefs and the Texans.
Oh, crap. They both have pretty good defenses. But Osweiler might be a little unproven right now. He still has one of the best receivers in the league with Hopkins, but I gotta say, Kansas City's offense might be a little better at this point. Alex Smith and Jeremy Maclin. Is Jamal Charles back yet?
I think so this week. I think
if he's not, Spencer Ware can still take it on pretty well.
Yeah. I'm going with the Texans on this one, John. I think that I think J.J. Watt is going to handle Alex Smith, and also I think that Brock Osweiler, with the two receivers he's got, not Jeremy Maclin, but Hopkins and Will Fuller, who proved themselves last week.
Will Fuller had a day for his first game.
I think that he's going to prove himself again this week. I'm going 21-28 Texans.
I'll go the same score, but Kansas City.
Okay.
All right. Next, we have the Dolphins versus Patriots.
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm gonna let John go on with this one. because he seems that he don't think that this game's gonna not be a blowout. So I'm gonna let John.
I didn't say it wasn't gonna be a blowout. Okay, I said, I don't even know, man. This is it might be a blowout. Freaking New England's gonna take them down, man. I don't want to say that, but then again, New England lost to Miami and didn't get the first seed last year because of it, and they had Brady and Gronk that game. Gronk's questionable for this game, and they still have Garoppolo. Don't get me wrong, Garoppolo did pretty well against Arizona D. I still can't believe they won that game. But Miami might put up a bit of a fight. Don't forget, it is a divisional game.
Yeah. Okay, now look up the stats, and at home, like at Foxborough, they are 8-0. Patriots are 8-0 against Miami.
Since when, though?
Like the last, the last 4 years they had won 8 straight against Miami. The last time that they did not win was Matt Hasselbeck's 2008 Patriots.
Ooh, so you're saying the last 8 years they've gone undefeated at home?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I think that streak to end then. Personally, I think so.
I'm going.
Because you just said last time they lost, they had a backup. And this time they have a backup.
Right. So it might come to an end, but we'll never.
I see it being my upset of the week. I was almost right last week with Jacksonville taking Green Bay. So I'm going with the upset of the week.
Okay, well you go ahead and do that. I'm going with the Patriots. Not because it's my team, but I think that Garoppolo is going to put up some numbers this week. But I'm not going with the high score. I'm going 21-7.
All right. What was the final score last week against Arizona? Do you remember?
23-21.
Okay. Let's go 24-21 Miami.
Okay.
Alrighty. Next up, we have the Saints taking on the Giants.
Ooh.
Tough one.
It's going to be a bit of a shootout. It'll be probably a shootout. The Saints offense might be a little too much for a rebuilding Giants defense. This secondary is ranked close, if not the worst last year. And Drew Brees is going to take full advantage of that, especially with Brandon Cooks. The last week, the Giants gave up 70 yards to 3 receivers. 3 receivers.
Yep.
And the Saints offense, it's going to be way too much for that. Way too much for that. The Giants almost lost to Dallas. And Dallas didn't put up nearly those kind of numbers.
Right.
You know, that the Saints can put up, It's going to be a good game. But don't get me wrong, the Saints defense is pretty bad also. And OBJ and Eli Manning are going to take full advantage of it as well. Like I said, it's going to be a shootout.
Oh, yeah. I agree with John. I think it's going to be a shootout because Brees throwing Brandon Cooks and Michael Thomas and his receivers, while Eli Manning is throwing to Sterling Shepard, Victor Cruz, and OBJ.
Hey, you left out Willie Snead, dude. He put up mad points last week.
Yes, he did.
Brandon Cooks each in my league had over 40 points.
Right.
In
and I
PPR
completely forgot about that. But I'm going to go with the Giants on this one. I think that they're going to go 2-0.
You really think that?
My score is 28-14 Giants.
All right. That's not much of a shootout, but I can deal with that. Let's get a little closer with me. 27-24, New Orleans.
All right. And here's the game that Jonathan's going to be interested in. We got the Bengals taking on the Steelers.
This is a home game for Pittsburgh.
Let's go Steelers.
as of lately, the past few years, Big Ben and company's had a bit of a trouble going against Cincinnati at home. We do better on the road in Cincinnati for some reason than we do in Pittsburgh. But there's no ball that's perfect, so let's just say Pittsburgh might have a bit of an advantage on that one. But then again, there's no Bryant, no Bell, and Green's on the PUP until probably week 7. So let's just say Pittsburgh's offense might be in a little bit of turmoil at the moment, but you saw what happened against Washington last week. Don't get me wrong, Cincinnati's team's a good bit better than Washington, but I can still see Pittsburgh taking this.
I'm going with John on this one. I think the Steelers, Antonio Brown, D'Angelo Williams, and Darius Hayward and all them, and Eli Rogers, I think that they can get the job done without Martavis and Bell.
Freaking D'Angelo, man, he put up mad numbers last week, 143 yards.
I know.
2 touchdowns. Oh, yeah. D'Angelo, until Bell comes back, they must start fantasy often.
I get it. I'm going to go with the score. I'm going to go with 17-21 Steelers.
Okay. I'm still surprised Madden did the score they did. 48-24. Man,
I know.
Only if that's happening, but I don't think it's going to. It's going to be a lot closer than that. The last time we faced them was last time Pittsburgh faced Cincinnati was the wild card game. That was an 18-16 score. And the time before that was a little more than that. But Pittsburgh lost the first game of last year by a much closer score than anything. So I'm going with Pittsburgh 21-17. It'll come down to the final second.
Okay. Next, we have the Cardinals taking on Tampa Bay.
That's a Cardinals game.
Oh, yeah, that's a Cardinals game. Tampa Bay, don't get me wrong, Jameis Winston, Devontae Freeman. Wait, what?
Why'd you say Devontae Freeman?
I don't know. I don't know. Not Doug Baldwin, dang, Doug Martin.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know why I said Devontae Freeman, wow. But Doug Martin and James Winston, they're going to have a tough game against Arizona. Arizona's D's always been ranked pretty high. But then again, a backup in Jimmy Garoppolo took them down pretty well.
Yeah.
So, we're going to let you finish this one.
Yeah, last week was one of the greatest moments of my entire life when the Patriots beat the Cardinals. I mean, I didn't think that we could do that, but we end up doing it. But still, I think that the Cardinals are going to bounce back from that, and I'm going 28-14.
28-14, really?
Yeah.
Might be closer than that. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's going to be a hard game for Tampa. But Jameis Winston's looking like he's going to be a star this year, man. His sophomore year, he hasn't hit a wall yet. He's going to be a star, and this is going to be his first major challenge going against a good defense. I think he can handle it. Don't get me wrong, Arizona's still going to win, but it's going to be a better game than 28-14. Let's go 21-14.
Alrighty.
Okay. Also, that is the 4:05 game on Sunday. The other 4:05 game we have is the Seattle Seahawks taking on the LA Rams.
Oh, my God. That's going to be a blowout. That's going to be a blowout. I mean, San Francisco took down L.A., man. San Francisco took down L.A. This is Seattle we're talking about. And San Francisco won 28-0. Believe?
I think, yeah, pretty much. And there's still rumors going on about Marshawn Lynch wanting to come back. Well, going to come back and play, but I hardly doubt that that's going
It
to
don't
happen.
matter right now, though. They still have Christian Michael. I mean, their run game's not that strong without him, but I mean,
And they not only Christian Michaels, John, but they have.
I don't know if Rawls is healthy right now.
Yeah, but
I mean, hold on. Before we get scores, all right? Let's talk about Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley got shut down against San Francisco, and the Seattle defense is a lot better on the front than San Francisco was. So, as sad as it is, I would not start Todd Gurley this week.
Yeah, don't start Todd Gurley this week.
And thankfully, my opponent in fantasy is.
Your opponent.
What's your final score?
I'm going with 35-14.
What is it? 35-14?
Yeah, it's Seattle.
35-7 Seattle.
Oh, God.
If that, because San Francisco stopped their offense.
Yeah.
Alrighty, next game.
All right.
Yeah.
We have the Indianapolis Colts facing off against the Denver Broncos.
Always an interesting game when it comes between these two. Always an interesting game. Last time these two faced off, John, you remember what happened? Andrew Luck showed Peyton Manning who the sheriff was.
Oh, yeah. But, don't forget, their defense, man. Their defense might be enough to contain Andrew Luck. Their defense, I think, can contain him. But, Andrew Luck, he's showing he can be elite eventually. He'll eventually be elite. And, Simeon may not be able to handle a better D. And Indianapolis, I mean. Carolina's D is a lot better than Indianapolis, but Indianapolis D has gotten better, I think.
Yeah.
Don't forget, he relied a lot on defense last week, Simeon did. And this offense, I don't want to say they're better than Carolina, because they're really, but they may not be. No, they're really not. But I think Luck's going to show him something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like this is how you do it.
I can see Indy winning this solely because their offense is a little better than the Denver offense. It's going to be a close game, but I can see Indy winning it. What do you think?
I think I agree with you 100%. I'm just trying to figure out a score. I think it's going to be 21-28 Indianapolis.
Let's go 24-21 Indianapolis. They're going to win by a field goal, no time left.
Gotcha.
Unlike Carolina last week when they don't miss it, it's going to be, Indy's going to make it this week.
There was a bunch of field goal misses last week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Only one game-winning field goal occurred. That was with the Lions.
Yeah.
All right, what's next up?
All right, we got next the Falcons versus the Raiders.
Oh, I really want to say the Raiders in this one. The Raiders are going to be good this year. They're going to be good, and they're getting really gutsy, what they're called. That 2-point conversion last week for the win. I mean, their offense, it was a shootout last week. It was a definite shootout last week against New Orleans. But the New Orleans offense is a lot better than the Falcons. Don't get me wrong, the Falcons have Julio Jones, but the quarterback can always make a receiver. And Matt Ryan's not nearly as good as Drew Brees. Believe?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, but I'm taking the Raiders on this one. I think it's going to be an upset. I mean, some say that Atlanta's not really a good team, but sometimes they can be a good team. And
I wouldn't really say Oakland over Atlanta as much of an upset, but I can see what you're saying. Oakland's definitely going to win it.
Yes. I'm going 24-21 Oakland.
Ooh, field goal, huh?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm going to go a bit bigger. 28-17 Oakland. Or maybe 30-17
Next up we got...
Jody?
Hi.
No, I'm just saying. You ready for the next one?
Yeah. We got Jacksonville Jaguars versus Chargers.
Oh, Jacksonville, I think, is going to get it. Don't get me wrong, okay, on this. Jacksonville's not the greatest team, but neither is San Diego. San Diego contained Kansas City the entire first half, and then they choked the second half and gave up the win in overtime. So I'm going to say Jacksonville, considering Jacksonville did pretty well against Green Bay. And Green Bay's a good bit better than San Diego. Plus, Keenan Allen's out.
I'm still going with San Diego on this one.
Even without Allen?
Yeah, even without Allen, you get a mix, John. I mean, he's not the best receiver, but they get a decent receiver in Travis Benjamin. I think it's gonna be a close one. I'm going 21-10 Chargers.
I'd probably go with Jacksonville. Let's say 17-14 Jacksonville.
All right. The 8:30 game. We have the Vikings taking on Green Bay.
Ooh, that's a divisional game.
And that's a rivalry game, too.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, the rivalry is not nearly as big as the Green Bay-Chicago rivalry, but Green Bay might be looking to take the division, considering Minnesota did last year. They're going to be out for blood. And it's always a good game with Aaron Rodgers.
Yep. Even though, we both don't like, Aaron Rodgers. We both think that he's overrated. But still, I think it's, I'm not sure. John, I think that flipping Minnesota has been relying on the run too much.
Like, I mean, the whole quarterback situation, man, it's not good there right now, to say the least. They don't have Teddy Bridgewater for the entire year. So, I'm still taking Green Bay, though. The only reason Minnesota won last week was because their defense.
Right. I'm going with...
I'm going to say it's going to be a close one. It's going to be a one-point game, 21-20. Green Bay.
Ooh. I'll go with 21-23.
Alrighty.
And the last game, the Monday night game, we have the Eagles taking on the Bears.
I don't want to say both teams are not the greatest, but both teams are not the greatest. Carson Wentz did really good his debut, so the Eagles should be on the rise.
Seems like a nice guy, too.
Oh, yeah. I can see the Eagles winning this. Although, I don't know. The Bears might be a little more experienced right now, but they're still the Bears. Like, gotta go Eagles. It's going to be I'll go with one of Malik's old scores, 23-21.
Nice.
Eagles.
I'm gonna go 21-20. 21-14 Eagles.
Alrighty.
Now, Cody, I got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
You think that we should do the Thursday night games since we won't do this in time?
I halfway thought about it, and if you're game,
It's
I'll go ahead
technically a
and...
different week, though.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go ahead and do it, and
Alrighty.
we'll kind of just bring it back up next week. We'll start, since it usually starts off the next one.
Okay, John, I'm going to let you go first. Cody, go ahead.
I forget who plays Thursday.
Thursday,
Go
we
ahead,
have
Chris.
the Texans taking on New England.
Ooh. your team. You're going first, definitely.
Well, I don't want you to criticize my score, John.
Oh, I'm going to criticize it no matter what.
Anyhow, I'm going with New England. Well, you know what? I really don't care who wins this because they're both my favorite teams. They're both representing the red, white, and blue, baby. But I think if Gronk's not back this week, he'll be back next week because last year, when Gronk was out with injury, he came back at the Texans and performed a heck of a game. And my favorite, and there's also another reason why this is my favorite game, because it is Watt versus Gronkowski.
Wait, you're saying Watt's going to cover Gronk?
Yeah, he did it last year. He blocked.
That wasn't the whole game, though. That was a couple plays only, wasn't it?
That was a couple plays, but Gronk had to block Watt a couple of times.
Gotcha.
But I think New England's going to take this. Last time that they faced off, it was 27-10. This time, I'm just going to go 21-10.
Alright. I'm going 21-17 Texans. I think Garoppolo might choke against the Texans D. Especially if Gronk is not back by then. But if Gronk's back, I'll say the score will be a little closer.
All right.
I'm still going 21-17 Texans.
Alrighty.
All right. So
there you are, Cody.
That'll be our games. So I guess all I have left to say is, Bo, take us away.
This has been Talking Football with Jonathan and Malik. Tune in next week to see who's facing who. Good night, everybody.